last chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games. And the conversation for Porzingis, coach, tends to always come back to health. And what a challenge that has been for him.
Yeah, Kevin, over his career, on average, he's missed about 30 games per season. But that's not an uncommon problem, as you know, for players who stand well over 7 feet tall.
Just 2 to shoot. Aldama can't hit. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Jason Taylor.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. Now, we talked about the difficulty of trying to contain a player like Jaylen Brown. Coach said we can't let him gain confidence and feel like he can do whatever he wants. That's when you get into trouble. Now it's up to the players to make sure this doesn't happen. Guys?
Thank you, David. Shot up 2 there.
Well, normally Morant is scoring off the dribble. It's good to see him being effective off the ball. Well, you know Coach loves seeing the offensive game plan being executed to perfection.
To the middle. Here's Heaney. Second shot opportunity. Kept alive. Top of the key, Morant. Some nice passing there by Memphis.
Some guards are absolutely fearless working inside, and Morant very high on that.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of the game.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78% that comes in handy in close games.
You can see, and coach, you can feel John Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Celtics. To the paint. Hit them clean. And here's the fast break. Wells leading the way.
Well, the threat of Ja scoring really opens up the opportunity for assists.
Celtics leading by 5. Over in the corner, Porzingis. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
I'll tell you, they played hard, they drew fouls, but they could not convert at the line.
And missed free throws are killers, especially when you consider how many they missed. Hopefully, they stay late to practice after that one.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the first. Right side, Pippen. Back to Aldama. Kennard on the wing. Connects from three-point range.
Well, this is Kennard's shot. And if you don't chase him off the three-point line, this is what will happen.
Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses with the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
Here's Kennard. After the basket by Boston. Clock at 6. On the wing, Jackson. Deep 2 from Pippen. It's rebounded by Walsh. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Kennard.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Here's Pritchard.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
A nice shot by Walsh.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Clark. Here's Kennard. Back to Clark. And it's sent back by Horford.
The veteran defensive instincts of Horford. He knew that shot was coming and gets there for the block.
Here's Walsh. Some solid defense from Clark. And so it's the Boston Celtics with their lead standing at 6.
9. The Celtics 15.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen, the best three-point shooter. Or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man service. Here's Aldama. From 17 feet out. That will not get it done. He's over 2. And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs, and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah. Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hard-working. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
At the line for the Celtics.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. From the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those three outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those three guys. That's a great base for the future.
Shooting for ball.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he has grooved his stroke at the line this season and been able to maintain it with an average of 90%. Just solid, really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Now here's Morant. He's a solid producer, averaging nearly 22 points a game. Outside Williams. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Celtics ball. Celtics substitution. Luke Cornett.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. 9.
Assisted by
Speedy
Jason
move by
Tatum.
Brown, using his velocity to get right where he wants to go.
That's an inbound violation.
They're going to turn it over.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Now here's Williams. After the miss from Derek White. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
Substitution on the court.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
Jason Tatum.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in close.
Timeout called for Memphis.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
All right, everyone. That was your Grizzlies, but you can't team. Let me hear you once again.
The Grizzlies trailed by 13. Tipped away. Taken away by Holiday. Pass to Pritchard.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
With
2
the
minutes.
fadeaway. In the corner. Tatum with it. 5 to shoot. Second chance shot.
Peyton Pritchard.
And it's good on the way in. Pritchard's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice
5
little run
second
here.
inbound violation.
Unable to get the ball in bounds.
Boston
They
ball.
get called for the 5-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here's Tatum. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Looking to end the run. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bain.
Just look at the body of Bain. He's so strong, and that helps him down low.
The kick out to Tatum. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. And that's going to be a turnover. They call for 8 seconds.
Boston
And when
ball.
you're trying to cut into a lead, you can
Now
ill
into the
afford
lineup for
mistakes
your
like that.
Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff.
Here's Pritchard. 8 points his last outing. The Celtics working the ball around now. Boston again missing.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
8 seconds violation.
And there's the 8-second call as they
Celtics
can't
ball.
get it across half court in time.
Substitution on the
The
court.
Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
So both teams changing it up here. Poke loose. 23 seconds left in the first half of the game.
That's an 8-second violation.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
That'll be a 5-second call.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
$19 seconds left to play in the first half. Down low. Holiday. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And Holiday's vertical is still sneaky good. At 6'4", he's capable of hammering it down.
$12 left now here in the second. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
And the Celtics with possession here. Here's Pritchard. And he got that one up in time, but it doesn't go in.
With the score.
And so it's the Boston Celtics riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Greg, every year, injuries are a huge factor in shaping the title race. And I'm guessing that teams should probably put more of a premium on durability. What do you think?
Well, Kevin, I think all GMs take that into account. A team wants to be confident it'll have a stable roster over the course of a long season.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Celtics ball.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead, you can ill afford mistakes like that.
Yeah, that's just a lack of focus. Plays like that can really frustrate a coaching staff. Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
Boston ball.
And when you're trying to cut into a lead,